All right, good evening. Welcome once again to the Fighting Carrier live show. It's running a little bit late today. Got off work tonight around 6:15. Then had to drive in town to pick my daughter up from the library. And it's a little rainy here, so I just running just a little bit behind with that. And that's the problem. We're trying to schedule these lives, but it is what it is. We'll get better as time goes on. Welcome once again to today's show. And I have to tell you, man, since the contract or tentative agreement came out Saturday, I have never in all my years here at the post office seen the carrier craft be this upset, this angry, this fired up, ready to take the pitchforks and go to town with torches and whatnot to storm USPS as well as NALC, in particular, Brian Renfroe. I've never seen. I've been a carrier here since 2012 as a TE. Yes, as a TE, the forgotten carriers, because that's what we are. And everyone who stuck around after we lost at $6 per hour back then. We have been a forgotten carrier since then. We have been dragged through the mud. Even more so than the CCAs, the new CCAs, because we've experienced the worst of the worst, which is why, because of what Rolando and his crony Renfroe has done, I have a big issue with Rolando and especially Renfroe, because like I said, I knew Brian was nothing but a flunky of Rolando. So that's neither here nor there. But again, the TEs, if you're a TE, if you're listening to this, I feel your pain. We stuck around. We were hoping things would have gotten better, but obviously it hasn't. The situation. We know that many TEs before us, because we were some of the last ones to get in there. The ones before us, they got step increases. They are many of them are probably near the top right now. And whatnot, and they're okay with that, maybe. But for the rest of us who didn't qualify for any step increases, we started down from A, and now no step increases even with this current tentative agreement. So, as many of you know, the word on the street right now is there's a lot of us saying no, but you still got some of the cronies, some of the people they're just not aware of what's going on. They have no clue what's happening. There's still some people out there that feel that the union has their best interests at heart. They still believe that. They still believe the lie. Oh, well, the post office is out of money. Yeah, bull. The post office is out of money, yet they hire supervisors all the time, and whatnot. They have people that sitting there behind the computer screen monitoring stationary events or what's now called inactivity reports, inactivity time. We got people doing that. They pay people to do that. Pay people to put those stupid scanner messages on our scanner. So, a couple of things I want to talk about tonight as I'm looking on all the Facebook pages and things, the Clean Sleep in particular, what's going on, what's happening. With that, but again, like I said, I have not seen it this bad before. Usually back in my time when I was a C or TE, it was always the Table 1 carriers who were just so happy and content with that, because they stayed on Table 1 scale. They didn't lose 13,000-14,000 per year starting over from the beginning, because they were set. It's no big deal to them with that. And so I had many Table 1 discussions. I want to say that, be diplomatic here. Some discussions with many Table 1 members who I just wasn't happy with. The disparaging remarks, such as "get a job at Walmart" or Wendy's if you don't like it, or whatever. We're supposed to be fellow postal blue carriers, brothers in blue, and yet. And like I said before in the previous podcast, this is what Rolando and Renfroe they've done. They've learned how to divide the union, and they've done so again with this latest contract, because the contract, if you're a new CCA being converted, or in future conversions, this is good for you. And you're gonna go right to step C. But for everybody else that's already in step C to O, nothing for you. Sorry, just the basic 1.3 percentage. So, but that's neither here nor there. This is what's been going on lately today. I just want to point this out as I was looking up some things, and I was thinking about ways in which we can fight. How can we fight? What can we do? What steps can we take? And so I wanted to mention this on the Clean Sweep page. Someone posted here about their NBA named Veda Preston of Region 13. Basically, he told the carrier to kiss his behind today because he voiced his opinion about the contract. According to him, he said, "What other profession I know of where I can make $90,000 without a college degree?" So Veda Preston of Region 3, you can probably write to him at Preston at NALC.org. I think it's their email address. .org. No, is that .org or USPS.org? Let me look up the Rolando's email address. Yeah. So it's NALC.org. So yeah, so Preston, PRESTON at NALC.org. There's no doubt his email address as well. I would say send him an email blast. Here's his telephone number, office number 703-840-2010. 703-840-2010. Again, Veda Preston, Region 13. Cell phone 757-651-9898. 757-651-9898. And in fact, what I'm about to do right now is, since I'm doing my show right now, I'm going to do this. But I'm actually about to send him a text message. And I'm just going to ask him first, did he really say this? Because, I want to be diplomatic with it. I want to make sure my sources are correct. And I don't want to come off sounding disparaging or anything. But give me 1 minute here. Let me write this number down. 9898. And I'm just going to send him a text message real quick. Here we go. Click that right there. Let's see. 757-651-9898. Okay. Let's make sure. Let's double check that. 757. Okay. Hold up here. Mr. I'm writing you today as a NBA. I wanted to confirm that this information first. This information to verify. To verify if he said this or not. Did you tell a fellow carrier? One whom you're supposed to represent, one whom you are supposed to represent, to kiss your because he was expressing concerns. They were expressing their concerns. The joke tentative of a Did you further state company can we get for about $90K per year without a college education? I can think of a number of skilled trades. I mean, yeah, you get certified. There's some training involved in that, but welders, you get some training with that. Plumbing. There's a number of jobs like that. So just for the state, what company? I want to verify this. Information before moving forward. Or if you did, um, um, if you did, if you would like to explain, I welcome a comment that I can share on my next live show. All right, so I'm going to send this here, and I'm going to check and see if I get a reply tonight. So here we go. Sent. Boom. Because you know what? We're fighting. We're tired of the games. No more games. No, we're done. So hold up on my live show. Okay. All right. Okay. Boom. There we go. So send that text out right there. And I was thinking to what we need to do as far as fighting back. Like we know that technically we're not supposed to strike. I get it. It's the law. That's fine. And at this point in time, I mean the cry for a strike is getting there. I mean, I'd say it's at maybe 10% right now with the current members. But I just know 90% are not ready for that yet. Usually the older heads, they're not feeling it right now. But it's going to take some time before those ground boys hit. So since we can't technically strike, what we can do is hit all their emails. Okay, it's usually their last name at nalc.org. So if you know your NBA's last name, Renfroe's last name, his last name at nalc.org. So blast those emails out. Okay, let them know how you feel, and then at the same time, what we could do too, save all those emails too and put them together. You can send them to me as well at the fightingcarrier@gmail.com. Put together a file of disgruntled emails. Try to keep them clean though. Keep them clean, because what I would do with that is I would send the information to my representative here in my area, in my state. I would share that file with anyone else who wants it. Share it with their member of Congress or whatever, and just say, hey, we're not happy with the situation that's going on. There's some of you who love to promote one party or the other. You say one party is pro-union. Now it's time to put them to the test. Now it's time to challenge that theory. Because I contend that both parties are just the same anyway. There's no difference between the two parties. They're in it for themselves. They sleep together, party together, do whatever together. But they get on TV for those sound bites so everybody can cheer and jump up and down, rah, 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 and whatnot. But to me, it's all the same. So I don't support any party. But I will use representatives that I have because they're supposed to represent us. So I say, contact your representative. Tell them about this contract. Tell them it does nothing to curb inflation. It doesn't help us out at all. If you're pro-union, you want to help us out. And if you're pro-federal government, hey, we're part of the government. Even though we're paid by what people buy and not by tax dollars, but we're still federal government employees. So hey, we're here. Use a representative. So contact them. It's one of the first things you can do. Second thing you can do is share your concerns with the media. The 10-F agreement is online. Get the link, send it out. to news media and tell them, hey, this is a joke. And also include that both the NALC and the USPS, they're violating federal law about pay comparison. Because you think about UPS, that's our nearest comparison, right? So UPS, their medical benefits are 100% paid for, paid for by the company. They reach top pay in what, 4 or 5 years? Ours is still 13 years, 13 years, depending on how this thing is going to go through. That's not a comparison, and our pay is way lower than UPS. So contact your media. You got local media there. Just email. I say email every day. It could be same rehashed email every day. Just boom, repeat it. Boom, repeat it every day. Fill that void up. Fill those news stations up, and say, hey, this is what's going on. Can you investigate? Third, what I'm doing, and I think all of us can do this. Get together, see if we can contact. I'm in the works of looking for a lawyer, a group, because I plan on suing the USPS as well as NALC together in a joint lawsuit for violating that pay comparison law. They're supposed to base our pay to the private sector there, and our nearest private sector again is UPS. Our contract should look similar to theirs. So, I'm not saying we'll make the same amount as they do, but if they're making, let's say they're making 100,000 when they reach their top pay, then we should at least be at 95, 94. And if UPS is paying all their benefits, their 100%, then we should be at 90%. They pay something like that. I mean, that's comparable. And for our top step, if it takes them, let's say 4 or 5 years to reach top, then for us it should take 6, 7 years or 7, 8 years at the most to reach top pay. And that's being very generous, whatnot. So that's another way in which we can fight this nonsense. A third way. Another way I was thinking of too. We have these rap sessions coming up. Okay. If you can gather some people that's near these areas, gather these people, picket outside these areas where their rap session is at. Let them know the signs. No, we vote no. We don't want this. No, we vote no on this. You look at the first one is in Houston, Texas on the 27th. Picket that if you can. If get out there. Matter of fact, if you're in the Houston area, you got some local newspaper coverage out there. Write to them and say, hey, we're not doing this. We're voting no on this contract. Union membership is angry and upset with this. So October 27th, Houston, Texas. Get out there, organize, picket. We got 6 more days before that happens. So there we go. October 29th, San Francisco, California. Get out there and picket at the rep session. Let them know, hey, no, we're not doing this. No. October 31st, Minneapolis, Minnesota. During the rep session, you let them know, no, we don't want this. And then November 2nd, Washington, D.C., I think Mr. David Noble, he said he's going to be out there urging members to vote no. So if you can get out there to D.C., vote no. And if you're out there in the area, I'll say to you, vote no at the D.C., but also have a picket fest over at the NALC headquarters out there. So October 22nd, Houston, Texas. October 29th, San Francisco, California. October 31st, Minneapolis, Minnesota. November 2nd, Washington, D.C. These rap sessions. You go out there and let your voice be heard. You contact your local newspapers, local media in those areas. So let them know, hey, we're not happy with this. The members are not happy with this contract at all. And, and mention too, because we cannot legally strike, just say this is the only way we can get our voices out to show how disgruntled we are, because we can't officially strike. This is how we get our voice out. We're striking in this manner, using the media to help us strike, and using your politicians to help you strike. Yeah. So since we can't strike physically like that, use the media. Have the media be the source to help you to strike. So again, Houston, Texas on the 27th, San Francisco 29th, Minneapolis, Minnesota the 31st, Washington D.C. On the 2nd. So let your voices be heard. Get out there. If you're able to picket those areas, do so. The draft session, say no, and again, use the media. Since we can't strike, use the media as your means to strike on these organizations. So let's see. I texted that. Okay, all right. Let's see here. I got a reply from this dude. Okay, I mentioned earlier because on the clean sweep page, let me see here. It was mentioned here. It was mentioned here. One carrier mentioned that he wrote to Veda Preston of Region 13, and basically this person said he told me to kiss his butt today. I don't cuss. Sorry, I'm not gonna use the cuss word, but he told me to. He said kiss his butt today because he voiced his opinion about the contract, and he said, "What other profession I know of where I can make $90K without a college degree?" And so he believes we should be happy with what we have. So during this show, I sent a text message to Mr. Veda Preston. So let me, here's the reply I got back from him. He says here, you think this is a good contract? You're lying to yourself. Well, worse, he said to me, he said, this is what was said to me. So in other words, he's telling me that this is what the carrier told him. So it says, you think this is a good contract? You're lying to yourself and you're lying to the people you're supposed to represent. What pathetic individual you are. Resign and let someone who actually cares about the city letter carrier do the job. Any carrier on steps C through O will get a pay cut. The uniform raise is a joke with the F-bomb there. There's nothing in here that helps anyone. Please, for the sake of the union, go away forever. So this is apparently what the carrier wrote. Okay. Then apparently he also wrote to a good contract using the NBA's name. Says you're either delusional or mentally unwell. I hope you have a horrible night and even a worse year. Okay, now so this is apparently, I'm just going by the screenshot that I have here. So this is what Preston said here. It says, if you want to talk to me, you are welcome to, but you will not disrespect with the crap you put in this text. You will not intimidate me or threaten me. Okay. It says you're welcome to call me. And then the other carrier says, I'm a dues paying member and this is an absolute piece of garbage contract. You have no guts and you are out there selling crap to your members as if it's a win. Then he drops the F-bomb. So that's the reply I got from him. All right. So take that as you want with a grain of salt. It's a he said, she said. So unless I see both sides of the conversation, but this is what I got right now. But I'm glad he did respond. I'm glad he did reply. Thank you for the reply. Thank you for reply. Just wanting to verify info before running with it. Have a good night. All right. So there we go. So that's what I got. Like I said, I want to make sure that this show and what I do is professional. It's professional. Just talk cordially to individuals. Like I said, that's what I got right now. So it's what this person said versus what this person said. So the truth, as I always say, is somewhere in the middle. So it could be a mixture of both. So he can screenshot whatever he wants to screenshot to me. Take away things, crop things in and out. So, there it is. So, all right. So that's that right there. There's one thing I was thinking of too. And I think if we get time to organize this now, I really like to get in touch with the big dogs like Corey Walton, and he had Mike Cariff on over the weekend, and there were a couple other presidents on there. If I can reach those big dogs here because I'm thinking here's something that may be doable for the carriers, and it gives us time to do this. Because I'm demanding the resignation of Renfroe. I demand he mans up and say, you know what, I'm done. I want him to step down like a man. But that knowing him, that's not going to happen. So I'm looking here. Our next holiday coming up is November 11th. That's a Monday, and that's Veterans Day. Between Sunday and Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, get those few days that we can have. If the big dogs or people within the sound of my voice want to try to get together and organize something, I mean, on Veterans Day, you think about who makes up the majority of the workforce here. Is it not veterans? And these veterans are just being taken advantage of at the post office. It makes no sense. Now, I'm not a veteran myself, but I am the son of a veteran. My dad was a Marine. My uncle served in the Navy. My granddad was in the Army. So I'm a descendant of those who have served. But think about how our veterans are not being served with this latest contract. Pitiful 1.3%. No step increases. The step P only gets 1,000 when it should be double that. And then think about the abuse we get inside the office. Get out within an hour, and this contract takes that away. This contract takes away fixed office time. So if you have office that you take a 10-minute break during office time, your 43 minutes is gone now with this if this contract gets ratified, or if you don't take it in office, your 30 minutes is gone. That was our best weapon against the hour office times, plus we had those fixed in times. But this contract takes that away. This contract, we don't get full COLAs with it, but the APWDU, they get full COLAs. What else? No longer had the option to sign up for 10 or 12 hours. It's a straight 12. So what about us carriers who are on a 10-hour restriction? I mean, does that go away? What? Because I got two bad knees, a bad foot, and a bad calf, so I can't be out that long. And that's why I got a mounted route now too, because I can't do all the walking anymore. So I think I got enough seniority to get a mounted route, but I can't do all that walking. I'll be crippled. So, but think about it. Veterans Day. Let's use that as a day. Let's use that as a day. If we can picket all across the nation on Veterans Day, picket in front of NALC headquarters, USPS headquarters, the VFWs in your area, wherever. Picket those areas and let the media know we're picketing. NALC members, letter carriers, we're picketing this damn Veterans Day for a fair contract. And we gotta let them know, hey, since we cannot legally strike, we gotta use the media. We gotta use them. Get out there, email them every day. Whatever you gotta do, call them, text whoever. Just email, let them know, hey, we're not happy. We can't strike. We need you as the media to be our voice, to help us to bring awareness to the public. To be the voice of striking. And it's going to be difficult because our union endorsed a particular candidate. And as carriers, that's something, because we serve all the people in the United States, regardless of political party, their beliefs, creed, or whatever, because we serve everyone. It's not like the UAW where, they make cars and whatnot, and I don't have to buy a UAW made car. I can get one from made by Japanese company, and I can do that, because of that. But because we should not be involved in politics. That's why I stand by that. We should not be involved in politics. So again, let's mount up. Let's do that. So those are some things which we can do. I think that will help us in with this fight against this horrible contract. Because I'm a hard no. I was so angry when I saw this come out on Saturday. Like many of you were angry. We said nope. We saw that contract. We said this contract is garbage. So no, this is how we can fight, I think. So that's all I got tonight with that. It's been about 30 minutes or so here. Get back upstairs now to be with my family for the rest of this night. But thank you all for listening here. Please like, share, and follow this. We got to fight. As I said, I'm pursuing legal action if this contract goes through for them violating federal law. But let's keep the fight going. So, everyone, you guys have a good night. Get back to the grind tomorrow, delivering this mail for the people in our areas. Again, my name is Deshaun, letter carrier since 2012. Start off as a TE. So y'all take care now, and we'll catch y'all next time.